What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jess and you're watching Keto Rewind, and today's video is a week 115 update of my keto journey, my weight loss journey, my keto transformation, and this video is going to be jam-packed with good stuff today. So, but first things first, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you want to keep up to date with my weight loss journey, my keto tips and tricks, my experience, inspiration, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos. And also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for your continued support, your kind comments, and I am excited to do this with you, and I am super proud of your efforts too. I've been reading those comments and it couldn't be any sweeter to see so many people just crushing it and succeeding in their weight loss journey. So kudos to you, and let's do this. And real quick, I wanted to say a big thank you to Perfect Keto for sponsoring today's video. They recently launched peanut butter and coconut chocolate chip Nola bars. If you want to grab these, buy 2, get 20% off, buy 3, get 25% off, buy 4, get 30% off, and this promo is good to April 30th. So be sure to use the link below and save on these delicious bars. All right, so let's talk about week 115. So I went roller skating this past weekend. I was roller skating for 2 hours. My legs were burning, but it was so much fun. So as part of the whatever it takes challenge, keep doing things that are fun, interesting, new, exciting, things that you say before maybe weren't possible, maybe because of your weight. I would have never been out there at 309 pounds roller skating within all those people in one of those roller skating rinks. But now that I've lost the weight and I peeled off those layers and got my confidence back, I so loved it and I don't regret going. So definitely find something fun like that and go skating, go to the park, go somewhere and just be active and enjoy it. So, and you might surprise yourself. So point being, we're probably going to be going back this weekend. It was so much fun. So, and then the other thing along the lines of workout wise, I crushed my workouts all week. I know I did an update video over the weekend and I showed my physique, but even since, I think I filmed that video Tuesday or Wednesday of last week and it showed up Saturday, it's now been, 5 more days later and there is more changes in my body. So getting like 2 physique updates, so much so that I felt confident enough to hop on today's video and talk about the weigh-in in my sports bar like I used to do. I'd started gaining some fluff in the middle and I'd lost that confidence to hop on camera. Well, now it's like, it's coming off, we're making it, and you can see the results of just hard work and dedication. So that's the point of this whole thing. So anyways, let's talk about, since we've already talked about the weigh-in, I got down to 206 pounds, which now brings my grand total to 103 pounds, even though I'd lost 130, but we are about 34-ish pounds away from goal. I'm in a range from 179 to 175 is somewhere the target range of my weight loss. So I am getting close. So weighing in today at 206, it's in Wonderland is now within striking distance. So that's the first goal to hit, getting back into Wonderland. So anyways, let's talk about the 3 hard truths that I have learned in my weight loss journey. But I just want to say these are my opinions. You are welcome to feel differently, but what I'm sharing is my experience with my whole weight loss journey. The 3 hard truths. This first one is going to kind of hurt to hear, but it's so true. So listen, you will always have time for what you make time for. So if it's important to you, if you want it, if if it's something you just will do, you will make time for it. You won't make an excuse for it. You will find a way to get it done. So you will always have time for what you make time for. So with some examples would be change of lifestyle. It takes time to change your life. I am in 2 years, 2 or 3 months or something into this journey, that's a long time, you know. Granted, I spent 17 years morbidly obese, and I'm only 2 years away from that, but it's still a long time to change your life. It doesn't happen overnight. It's impossible to make that level of change overnight. So, meaning the lifestyle that you want to live, you've got to own it, you have to live it, you have to breathe it, you have to preach it, you have to hate it, all of that. You need to know the do's and the don'ts. You need to embrace it all to set yourself up for success. You can't just hop on the latest trend and expect your life to change. You've got to own that. You got to own it entirely. And that means you learn for yourself what to do. And that also goes for exercise. You may not want to hear that. First of all, I will say I lost 60-ish pounds without even stepping foot in a gym. So you can lose weight without adding exercise. I feel my approach for exercise is it's for my mental health, with a kind of bonus that you could burn some fat in the process, but I do exercise for my mental health, my emotional well-being. It's my release, because we all need a release. We can't just bottle everything in all the time. You've got to get it out. Whether you want to spend that time painting, taking guitar lessons, going to a gym, whatever it may be, but you've got to have that release. So if you want to make time for exercise, you will find a way to make time for that exercise. And if that means getting up at 4 in the morning to be able to fit it in, that may be your cup of tea. It may be a 10 o'clock at night workout, but either way, if you want to do it, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And what's more important to you? For me, I make sure every single day I get that workout in. And sometimes the past couple of weeks I've had to work out at 8 o'clock at night. Not my cup of tea. That's usually my settling down hour, you know, but it's whatever it takes. And also that goes along the lines for treating the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, like you would Monday through Friday. My chronic problem on this journey was doing awesome Monday through Friday and blowing it. Not really blowing it, but overdoing it on the weekends. Not caring enough on the weekends. Pumping the brakes on the weekends. So the weekends are just as valuable as Monday through Friday. And if anything, they're more important because you're usually even more busy than you would be during the week. So for instance, we really tried hard to not eat out this weekend. And it took so much more time to track all the macros, to go shopping for all the food, because I normally only shop Monday through Friday. We always go out on the weekends. And you know, like I'm talking like dinner, you know, like one of the meals on the weekend, we would go out. We didn't do that this time. Monday through Sunday, we ate at home. We made the time, we made the menu, we cleaned up the mess, and you know what? It translated to a loss in the scale today. And you know how good that feels? That's priceless. But as much as going to a salad bar sounds like you would stay on track, you have no idea how much they put in your food. And I realized they were putting way more dressing than I thought I was getting, because after logging my macros and putting 2 tablespoons of dressing on a salad that the size salad that I normally was eating, let's be honest, it's more like 6 tablespoons of dressing that they drizzle, and that's so calorie dense. So here you are thinking you're eating a salad and you're really eating like a 1,000 calorie salad. You're like, whoa. Not to mention my portions of protein are a lot higher than what they give you in a restaurant. So point being, take the time, track your macros on every day, not just Monday through Friday. You don't eat out on the weekends. Try so hard. Maybe meal prep, do something to compensate any chance of a slip up on the weekend. It will make the difference, and that's why the scale is going this right now. It's because I'm making these little efforts, and that means You will always have time for what you make time for. It's like, I hate it, but it's so true. Okay, so this next one, I'm gonna go ahead and put some flames on the screen here. This one's not gonna be well received, but I'm saying it anyways because it's true. There's no such thing as a trigger food. I know, but hear me out. You can't blame the food as your excuse of why you fall off a wagon. What really happened here is, how did you lose control? What went wrong? What was leading up into that? Like, you can't just blame the food. There's no demon food. Granted, if you ate horrible food all the time, well, the food, well, that's probably gonna explain why you're in the pickle that you're in. But moderation is key. A balanced approach is key for me. You can't tell me you can't have that, because you know what I'll do? And that's the attitude I've always had. Like, if somebody tells me I can't do something, it puts a fire under my behind. You know, so I can't live that way. And I was starting to approach an uncomfortable zone for myself, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, but I was starting to approach some scary thoughts with like binge eating, like a true disorder. Granted, I was morbidly obese. When I was morbidly obese, I didn't binge eat. That probably makes no sense at all. I would eat huge portions, I'd eat bad food, I wouldn't work out, but I didn't binge eat. That was something that was happening in the last 6 months, where if I had a food, or specifically on the weekends, I would just not be able to stop. It's not the food's problem. I'm the one that can't stop. What is going on here? And where I finally figured out, I wasn't eating enough. I was trying to keep, every time I show up for the weekly weigh-ins, there's pressure to lose weight, to be inspirational, to show you can do it. But a lot of the times, there's weeks where I didn't lose. There's months where I haven't lost. In the past couple of months, I've barely even moved the scale. So I would keep cutting my macros, and I was down to barely having 11 to 1,200 calories a day. At someone who's 5'8", right now 206 pounds, who's very active, does weightlifting and everything else in the day. You know, my BMR is like 1697. That's how much my calories I need to just lay in bed all day and not move. Not to mention what I actually do. So I can't survive. I don't even know how I was making it. So I was making it off of such little food. So I've gradually been reintroducing more calories into my day. So I've gotten myself up to this past week, I'm at 1,601 calories, and I lost a pound. I lost a pound by eating more. You know, and granted, it's still a deficit for my goals, because obviously I want to be in a deficit, but I don't want to be in a 400 calorie below my BMR, and without even including all the activity that I do. Like, that was really wrecking my metabolism, in addition to when I would eat a food, I wouldn't be able to stop. I was starving. So it's like, you finally, like, it finally clicked, and it's like, oh my God, I haven't been eating. No wonder my body's telling me to eat. It's not the food that's the problem. It was me that was the problem. It was my inability to keep the control. What went wrong? I wasn't eating enough, which was creating new problems. So my point is, make sure your deficit isn't unrealistic. There is no problem with only losing a ½ pound in a week. It's still a loss. It's not a gain. And it's okay to only lose a couple pounds a month. It's going down, and the downward trend is what we're looking for. How fast you can get to your goal weight is so insignificant. Like, there's value with learning the lessons when you fall on your face and have to get back up again. There is so much to be learned in that situation. So don't feel like when you crash and burn, that's a bad thing. Take it as a good thing. It's a lesson learned. You are so much more aware. You have so much more experience. You know what happened and you can react differently in the next time. But don't blame the food as the problem. It's not the problem. Something else deeper was going on with me. So, and I was teetering on that line of binge eating, like that, an actual disorder where I was gonna actually go see a therapist. Like, why can't I stop? Well, the truth is I was starving. So, and it's funny how just a little bit of tweaking, I mean, I couldn't just pile on 400 calories more in like that week and bump my calories up. That's just too much for my body to react to. So I gradually increased week by week, 30 to 50 calories. So now I'm at 1,600 calories about a month later, and I'm losing weight eating more. So that means my metabolism is coming back. That means I'm feeling more balanced. I'm feeling more satisfied. I'm not feeling so much pressure. Like it's coming together, and I wish I'd have figured that out sooner before something really was going to go wrong. But I can confidently stand here before you and say, you have to eat enough food. You can't cut so much that there's nothing left to cut anymore. So make sure you take those breaks and appreciate slow and steady wins the race. Part 3 of this is you have to change the way you look at food. Food is not the villain here. Marketing efforts on all these commercials that are just slammed in front of you, the way the stores are set up, the way the standard American diet is just thrown at you, that food pyramid that they preach to you. There's so many other things here that are more the villain than the actual food, because any food in moderation is fine. It wouldn't kill you. I mean, there's a reason why our body operates on glucose and ketones. It's because we're pretty flexible in what we can consume. Where it goes wrong is the excess, the overdoing it, the binging, the every single day having 10,000 calories above what you need, The food isn't the villain here. It's a much greater picture here. And I was getting to the point where I would see a blueberry and have negative thoughts about a blueberry, and that's so not true. A blueberry is, yes, it does have carbs, but it's also loaded with so many other benefits. So you can have blueberries, but eating a carton of blueberries every single day, in addition, it's just like it's the moderation approach. Couple blueberries here and there, it's fine. I was looking at tomatoes, like, oh my God, tomato sauce, there's carbs in tomatoes. Onions, oh, there's carbs, and it was just like giving me such a very unhealthy approach to food. What I should have kept that oh my God, should be for the processed foods. The foods that are so processed, they don't even resemble what they once were. That's the stuff where I'm like, oh, there's carbs in that. Oh, that's bad for me. That is where I should be having that focus, not on single ingredient foods. All right, and then the final thought we have today is slow and steady wins the race. That couldn't be more true. When you chip away at yourself, day by day, you unpeel all the layers of the levels that make you you. When you're overcoming your bad habits and making them into good habits, this for that mentality, you're making that effort. You're living this diet as a lifestyle, not as a diet. This is literally the new you. That weight comes off. There's no way you can't get to your goal weight. And the longer it takes to get there, the more you really embraced it and learned from it. And because there's always going to be ups and downs, there's always going to be the temptation, there's always going to be obstacles that come in your way. But the ones that do it slow and steady tend to navigate those obstacles with success. And that's why I want to say, I feel like someday I'm going to be a success story for you all. Granted, it's over 2 years for me, but that's the point. I have learned how to, I was thinking with Kyle the other day, I'm like, I've kept off 100 pounds over a year now. Most of any other time I dieted in the past, I would do it for 3 months and that's it. And then whatever weight I'd lost, I'd gained that back within the 3 months again, you know, or even faster with even more weight. To the fact that I have been 100 pounds plus smaller for over a year now, that gives me such hope that I finally fixed myself. I finally did it. And it's because I took my time, I dug deep, and I'm figuring out why I was failing in the past and how I could overcome those obstacles. How I, you know, and that just takes time, and that takes dedication, that takes showing up every day, and that means slow and steady is okay. So that's basically my journey in a nutshell. So I hope you found this inspiring. I hope this was thought-provoking. We're going to do lots of videos this week. I might do back to some like daily what I eat in a day vlog style videos. So if you would like to see that, comment below to show you the new macros that I'm doing. And my approach where I'm eating more now than I was prior, and I'm still losing weight. So anyways, that's all for today. I hope you have a great week. Don't give up on yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.